Sorry to keep interrupting. I've got to tell you this. It's so funny that I've been doing a training course recently about assertiveness and about self-talk and how your mind believes whatever you tell it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't believe it immediately. You have to keep saying it for a while. Like, I'm patient. I am a patient person. I don't mind waiting. Eventually, it becomes true. But you have to keep saying it for a long time because if you believed it immediately, that would be great. But you'd be quite an unstable person if you changed immediately.
Some thought popped into your head.
Yes, so for example, if I say I'm a walrus, I don't suddenly believe I am, right? And I can imagine being a walrus, and I can imagine, sitting on a block of ice with my flippers and my big tusks, looking at the female walrus, thinking, look at the wrinkly skin on that. Oh, I love the wrinkles and the bristles. Or whatever. Oh, he's got lovely flippers. And I can imagine being a walrus, but I know I'm not one.
Yeah.
And the first time I used this example, they all just stared at me like I was mad.
No, I can imagine.
And I did even the bit about looking at the female walrus.
But
I can imagine.
The eyes just got bigger. Probably.
Yeah. But the thing was, now I've started asking people, can you imagine that you're a walrus? And I'm just going to slip into the icy waters and have some fish for lunch. Crunchy fish. I love crunchy fish. And can you imagine?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I absolutely can. But I found that about half of the audience say, no. I can't imagine. What are you on about? They literally cannot imagine being a walrus. So I agree with you. I think imagination is not to be taken for granted at all. And it's not just the amount of it and how good it is, but just even be able to imagine anything. Some people are so literate in their literal in their world. It's no, I'm a person and I know I am, and that's that. And
I
so
thought about that. Yeah, I've had a look in the mirror,
which is amazing, isn't it?
No, I couldn't see the touch.
So we've got curiosity and we've got imagination.
They've stood out, wouldn't they? I would have known.
Yes.
So imagination is not just about imagining being a walrus. Imagination,
or imagining a book I could write, or imagining being a world famous trainer, or whatever.
Imagination is also about imagining something which is possible.
Ah, okay.
So imagination is also about being able to score the goals in the football match and some clever thing you're going to do. Imagination is about thinking about what you can do in the circumstances of this
how
factory.
you're going to do it and making sure it's practical.
No, not how you're going to do it, but the fact that it is possible.
Okay.
You're not going to go into the factory and fly about like a balloon.
Yes.
Okay, you're going to go and give...
Well, I can imagine doing that.
But it's not very helpful because it can't be a goal that's achievable for you.
Yes.
Okay, so...
And I do know people whose ideas are ridiculous.
Right, fantastic.
And I know a guy who wants to be an astronaut. He's only 20, he's left university. He wants to join NASA and be an astronaut. But he's 5'2", short-sighted, etc. And he...
Just do the very small planets.
Yes, but just don't... have something that's feasible. Be an astrophysicist or whatever, but don't be the astronaut, because they have to be like supermen, superwomen, don't they?
Yeah. So imagination in that sense has an extra element. And that is...
Is this still number 2 or is this number 3?
This is still number 2. And the extra element is you have a model of the world in your head that you can experiment with to create a new and imaginary unique circumstance which is attainable.
Yes.
If your model is a bit broken, then you'll slip past and through and beyond the laws of physics.
And have an unreal world that you're aiming for.
You can't experiment in your mind if you've got a broken model.
Yes.
And your model is reinforced by your curiosity.
I'll never be a walrus.
You won't ever be a walrus. Not unless we have reincarnation. So imagination with this extra dimension of having a good model in your head could sound...
I like it.
Okay. So I'm going to add something to that, just for clarity purposes, because in my mind... Imagination is about destination, is about outcome, is about visualizing that within, visualizing the completed thing.
Yes.
Curiosity is about the things you need to get there, and then there's the getting there. So you then need to imagine, in fact, you call it creativity. You need to be creative enough to get to your imaginative place.
Yes.
So then you've got all sorts of things to solve in your journey to get to that imaginative place.
Is that the third thing then?
That's the third thing.
The
So
third
you've got curiosity,
creative.
creativity, and imagination.
Because I think curiosity feeds imagination to start with.
Yes.
Because it gives you
Curiosity
ideas.
feeds imagination.
When Zoom came along, I thought, what is that? How does that work? And then I thought, hey, I could imagine training people in America.
Yeah.
And then it's like the creativity of what am I going to...
The creativity...